This is Close Combat Panthers in the Fog. You're watching episode 21 of the Allied campaign. Take a moment to support the channel by clicking the subscribe button, liking the video, and turning on notifications. We are kicking off August 8th. It is still the midnight phase. I did go ahead and get 117th Infantry 30th Division moved into position. They were really just meant to take this map, and 2nd of 120th was supposed to advance on, but the enemy moved in first, and because of that, we are stuck on this battlefield instead of advancing forward, and I guess we're going to fight with 117th. We do have Panzer Recon from 10th SS Panzer, and this is going to be our first time seeing Clement-Rancoudray. So, new battlefield for me, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. Action Movie Company is back. We've got a rifle platoon up in first, and that is Starship Troopers. Down in second platoon, also rifle. This is going to be Aliens 2. Down in support, we got Commando Platoon. We have all Shermans. I had a couple AT guns in here, but based on our current situation and the fact that we're going up against Panzer Recon, I don't see the need for AT guns. So I wanted some heavier mortars. We had a couple 60 millimeter infantry mortars. I didn't feel like that was enough, so I just opted not to do it. So we're just going to bring 7 tanks. I can't lose any. No tank losses. That's the goal. First platoon is Panzer Recon. Second platoon, they got armored cars. And then in support, they got a half-track and 2 AT guns. Okay, so we do have some risk to our armor. We're going to have to watch out for that a little bit. Now, the armored cars aren't a complete pushover. If we can pop them, there's no big deal. But I have messed up enemy armor using these, so I got to respect them going the other direction too. Up in the north, I do have Biggs and Cindy. So they're pretty far back. There's a lot of hedges in between them. Cindy has a tiny bit of elevation, but theoretically, maybe enemies in the north part of their spawn may or may not be able to see them. There were some weird angles where like I could kind of see through. I tried to move to avoid that. I don't really care if I can spot the AT guns as much as not be spotted by the AT guns, and then any infantry that comes out just gets slaughtered. So I am just going for like a full contain here. To their south, I have Dr. Jenkins holding down the north, and they're just going to hopefully get some eyes on anybody that tries coming this way. I have Ace, Breckenridge, and Carmen all holding containment on the northwest. They're backed up with Jenny, and Jenny did not have any line of sight, so I'm thinking Jenny's a little bit safer. As you continue wrapping around, we have the main road and the main part of town. So down here, I've got kind of the brunt of 2nd Platoon. They're backed up with John Matrix. I don't think that there's a place that the AT gun could spawn where it can see John Matrix, but I do have them pulled back just a little bit between the buildings to be safe. We'll see if that works out, but if it gets a weird angle through the trees, like just due west from right here, then yeah, it might actually see them. Because the town's already kind of full, I pulled Bennett down to the south a little bit. It seems like kind of a weird spot, except they can see up the dried up riverbed area to the bridge. So if enemy starts pushing west, towards like the main part of town, Bennett will get some like good crossfire on them. Down to the east of Bennett, I have Sugar, Johnny Rico, and Sergeant Zim. They are holding southeast containment, and they're backed up with Arias. Then if you go all the way to the south, I'm not expecting as much going on down here. So I don't think that they'll really push here. There is only one flag down this direction, and it is kind of far. Maybe they'll come, maybe they won't. But I do have Ripley, Rebecca, and Bishop. That's the rest of 2nd Platoon holding this position. They're backed up with General Kirby, and they have a multi-story building, which is the reason I opted for this position, was just to get them a little bit of concealment and cover. I think we have good containment. They got 2 AT guns we got to watch out for, so I can't just charge in with vehicles, but infantry is definitely on lockdown. They should not be able to go anywhere. We'll see if this shakes out in the positive, but I could see a few kinks coming our way. So we'll watch out for Biggs and Cindy right off the rip. But if they survive, I think we're looking pretty solid. Vehicles. And no. Okay, so while we see them, none of our vehicles do. John Matrix. Line of sight right there. Missed. No. They are lucky. Machine guns opening up. Who sees who? John Matrix engaging. I don't know. Maybe not. Contact east. Missed. Lost it again. So we'll let them take this 2-story. That's fine. Goal right now is just to keep them contained. Try it. It's too slow. I guess Big sees him. I'm like, who's actually shooting? Big sees the 2-story. And I'm kind of surprised we got one of the vehicles. Nice. I'm kind of surprised, but Cindy does not. I am a little reluctant to get too maneuvered with Cindy simply because we don't know where either AT gun is. But we are going to try and see if Cindy can help Biggs just a little bit. What do we got here? Infantry there. Now keep in mind we have no mortars. So whatever I do, I can't just sit back and pummel these guys. I do have to wait for them to come out. So that's why I've got everybody kind of on ambush. I really want to encourage them to move. The tanks, I just wanted to be able to engage vehicles. And so they're on defend. They will engage infantry, obviously. So like I might actually go through and tell tanks to hide for a minute. And let's see if Cindy... Nah, Cindy's got to keep moving. Maybe right there. I don't want to pin these guys down. They're too deep, and I don't want to push in there. This should be a winnable fight. They do only have 2 flags, and they barely have this one right here. But they definitely have their AT guns sitting back here somewhere, or down here somewhere. And so, like, if I roll in there, we're going to get shredded. So no reason to rush this. I'm going to let it play out for a minute and see if we can get a couple more kills. I think that would make a huge difference. I wanted to use this position right here and put Biggs there, but Biggs could see straight into this field, and I was like, I don't know. That's like a pretty decent spot for an AT gun, to be honest, so I opted not to. Now they are pushing south. I don't know if, like, Arius will be at risk, but I would like to just move them up to where they can see clearly over the hedges. They can see pretty well, but I'm hoping if they get close to the hedges, they'll get better line of sight. And Cindy did arrive at their destination, so we'll go check on Cindy here. That surprisingly did not help whatsoever for Arius. We'll check out Cindy. Put them on hide. I would like to maneuver, but I think if Dr. Jenkins moves up, this 2-story is going to light them up. I don't know what we could hit. I could put some rounds from Cindy right here. And I don't know if Biggs can get a better angle, maybe right there. And I think what we'll do is we'll crawl Dr. Jenkins first, try and get them a little closer. We'll just keep anybody in that building pinned down for a moment. Buy some time for Dr. Jenkins. Doesn't seem that there's anything going on in the south. These guys all changed their mind. I don't know if they identified us and pulled back, or if they're just lost on what to do. All right, let's try this. Let's try moving. See if Dr. Jenkins can get over there. As much as, like, I want to be safe, I don't want it to be 15 minutes, we reposition, we find nothing new, and we're still in the same situation we're already in. So we'll let them actually try and walk. Biggs is sitting on 2,300 machine gun rounds, 2,100. Yeah, so we're doing okay on machine gun. We have 40 rounds or more of HE in each tank. So I'm going to let them keep plinking away at that for a moment. That looked like the machine gun half track. It was a machine gun half track, right? I should have looked a little closer at that. I think it's a machine gun half track. So that could be a problem for Dr. Jenkins. We do have to be careful about that. I don't have direct armor support at the moment, so if the half track comes this way, I would have to reposition to support. And I'm wondering now if Bennett's position is sort of done. Like, I kind of feel like maybe they come out over here. Can't see. I don't know why all of a sudden they can't see with the machine guns, but we'll try and reposition a little bit. All right, Dr. Jenkins can move up to the road, and we'll see if we get a little bit of eyes into the south. Our flare did not reveal anything when we were looking, so either it didn't help or we were already seeing everything that was there in the dark and we didn't need the flare. Move completed. Team redeployed. All right, Biggs. Maybe right there. Cindy's actually in a worse spot. There's one spot right there that Cindy can shoot, so we'll allow them to engage there. No idea what this was. Probably infantry that's been maneuvering back and forth. All right, Dr. Jenkins, crawl up right here. We'll let them just stay put right there. Vehicle. Let's roll forward. Maybe Jenny can get some eyes deeper. We're banking on Jenny not getting popped by an AT gun that we don't see sitting right here. Oh, like that one. Stop. I was right. They did use that spot. How does this look? So currently, this hedgerow is the only thing blocking our view. I don't know if it'll stay that way. I don't know if the second hedgerow will be an issue. I would like these guys to actually crawl up, but we are staring right at that AT gun. So if this hedgerow doesn't provide any cover, we might have some problems for Jenny. Come on, it's okay. When I told them to hide, secondaries? When I told them to hide, Dr. Jenkins decided to crawl back to cover, and it took me a little too long to get them moving forward again. So now we got to wait for them to recover. Little bit of obstruction there. I don't know if we're in jeopardy of being shot at. No line of sight there. We are still waiting for Bennett. If Bennett rolls up and can get some fire to the east, that'd be great. Somebody shoot at Dr. Jenkins or what? No, guys, crawl freaking forward. Stop going to the back. Ooh. Who's shooting? Problems. Wait, is the AT gun shooting at Cindy or what? Cindy and Biggs don't see. I'm guessing it's shooting at Dr. Jenkins. They did kind of get illuminated. I need to get them pulled back. We are not breaking contact very well. There we go. So what I would like to do is actually start moving these guys up over here. I don't know how well they'll do with line of sight to the AT gun, but I think what we'll do is we'll get Ace to come this way. We'll get them moving fast. They got a little bit further to travel. Dr. Jenkins, I know you're winded. Rest. And is this going to be a threat? Elevation through here is 7.5. They do have high ground right now. They are moving out of it. But apparently it's not enough high ground that the AT gun sees over the hedges right in front of them. Illumination is up. We're going to hold on to that for just a moment because we're not ready to fight anything. Bennett arrived here. Let's try and get them a new position. We have only located one AT gun, keep in mind. So it's possible there's one here. It's possible there's one back here. So somewhere we're expecting to find another one, and we don't want to find it the hard way. This is what we want to see. We want to see these guys explore and push out. Uh-oh. We had really strong line of sight there. It was perfectly clear. So that does mean if Jenny rolls forward, they would be in jeopardy. They held position there. Try and get Bennett to see somewhere into this field. Now, if we took the 2-story, this AT gun would definitely be able to open up on us. So try and get them surrounded, see if it's feasible to start engaging. Half track is rolling this way. Let's go ahead and bring John Matrix down in support. It feels so weird to have so much firepower at my disposal and also at the same time feel so powerless to do anything about this. I guess, like, I could not be so afraid of the AT guns. I just don't like the way my fights usually go when I stand tall against one. I'm wondering if this guy is actually static there, like if he got immobilized. So we'll try and come around that flank as well. And then that way, if we do spot an AT gun or something, we can try and use Bennett and John Matrix simultaneously. Who is shooting at us? Is it these guys being shot at by the AT gun crew? We hear MG fire. Oh, right down here. We got to pull Ace back. It's those guys right there. Right there. Engage that. Engage that. Once we clear these vehicles, we can probably support this infantry fight. All right. Half-track is destroyed. It was a machine gun half-track. This guy's got to be stuck. He is not moved. We are still looking for an AT gun, possibly somewhere over here in the rear. I find it unlikely that it's up here. So we just got to kind of keep that in mind, that if it's in a weird angle position where it can see through the trees, we might not be completely safe with Bennett. But I would like to get this angle resolved so we can, well, that solves that problem. But so we can resolve this fight up here. Really? There we, come on. Can you hit any of them? Nope. Just fading in and out of vision. So we'll keep moving. I don't want to get too far ahead. I just want to see this position. I don't know if I'm better even going... I feel like I'm better... Wow! That happened. One-shotted me. Okay. I disagree. But okay. Let's go there. There. And I don't know how we can use Cindy and Biggs. I want these guys dealt with. I want these guys up here dealt with. John Matrix, I'm a little bit reluctant to move now. That AT gun totally saw through this hedge, the trees. Like, look at that line. Like, it had to look straight down through there. There's a tank. Or a tank, not a tank. There's an infantry squad right here. Put some rounds in there. All right, they are engaging Dr. Jenkins. Move. 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 We have not located the second AT gun yet, so I can't just charge in the rear and deal with them. There it is. That might be the one that actually got us. If that's the one that got us, that would make way more sense. It just was not super clear that it was there. Nobody saw it. Dr. Jenkins is going to take some casualties. We need to count on them to keep this busy. Tons of infantry there. Can Breckenridge? Nope. Move up. Right there. Engage. I don't know if this guy actually sees John Matrix or not. All right. Actually, let's go down like that. Cindy. I don't know. I don't know how we get Cindy involved in the fight. It is going to be risky no matter what we do. John Matrix is doing bad things, pointing their frontal armor away. The gun should be right here behind the armored car. So I'm not... We lost something. We lost something. Did I just hear bailing out? I swear I just heard somebody was bailing out. Maybe not. Maybe it was something else, but... It sounded like we were having a bad day. I need you guys to point the right direction. Alright, we gotta kind of come up from the south. I'm gonna take Arius the long way to try and avoid getting stuck on the hedges. Infantry, start moving. We are drawing fire. It is not avoidable at this current moment. I'd like to get these guys up to the front and into the fight. We had a team here. We got these guys. Not sure who still remains. Right there. Hit that. Carmen can't really help. We're pretty much done with Ace. I need something. I need to get vision on these guys somehow. Is that turning on me? Maybe not. It gave up looking for Dr. Jenkins.
Lieutenant!
Johnny Rico was shot at by these guys. Move east. Right there, engage. Not sure how I can get General Kirby to support. We're going to just keep taking small little movements at a time. All right, Biggs. At some point, Biggs is going to see this, at least based on my assessment during deployment. There were positions that saw all the way down here. Whether or not I can find that spot, I don't know. Okay, let's get Cindy over here as well. Big sees something. Yep, right there. Line of sight. Move. Move. Come on. Need you to engage. We're missing. Engage. Dr. Jenkins, engage. We hit that. Johnny Rico also engaged them. Biggs is not winning this fight. There we go. They surrendered it. Okay. And that was... No! 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 The game crashed. What? Internal error. Oh my god! Okay. I don't know if it saved our progress or if I have to refight that. I'm not happy. Let me fire it back up. Give me just a second, and we'll see if there's anything there. Oh, that's frustrating. We were getting the win there. We definitely took some infantry casualties. We lost Bennett, and you know that sucks. That was kind of a cheap spot to park the AT gun and not see it. So yeah, it counted the battle as a win, and we won't be able to see the stats. We won't be able to see any of the details in the debrief, but it was a win. So disappointed. Like you don't even know. I really was curious how that shaked out there because we took a decent amount of casualties. I would have liked to know what our trade was in their losses versus ours, because they held off very well, all things considered. I wanted to wait for them. I did want to wait for them to come out and fight them myself. They did not like that idea. They were definitely content waiting. So, unfortunately, that's the way it is. If you enjoyed the battle up to the part where it crashed, go ahead and like the video. Click the subscribe button to support the channel, and you can support me as a content creator by becoming a channel member. Be on the lookout for a new stream coming up. I'm going to be beginning Mafia 2, so if you want to check out Mafia 2, that will be starting soon. I am going to also probably begin a more consistent stream of American Truck Simulator, and instead of putting out long-form content on American Truck Simulator, I will just count on stream. So there will be a video coming out this weekend for American Truck Simulator because it was already played and published, but it's technically behind the current stream. The next one coming up will be progressing from where the stream left off. But that's all the news and updates I got right now for you guys. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.